It's alright, it was years ago.
No, I know it was years ago, but I'm sorry that I made you feel that way because it probably, my mouth sometimes. Sorry for making you feel that way, or sorry if it came out that way.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I think I was really, really mad at the time, and then I was just like, when I'm mad, but I know it's not an excuse. So I'm sorry, and if you ever feel like I'm ungrateful, that's not the case. I'm grateful for all that.
No, and that's what I mean. I know.
Yeah.
What would be your ideal family travel destination for us?
Hawaii.
Wow.
Because that's where we had our honeymoon. We haven't been able to take the kids.
Because traveling with the babies, it's not easy.
Yes, it's true. My question. So what did you think when you first saw me?
Well, of course. I mean, obviously there was attraction when I first saw you, but...
When did you first see me back? Like, do you remember?
Oh my goodness,
you
you're talking about almost 20 years ago. I think the first time I saw you was probably when we met, like, early part of my rookie year. Because we had the same circle of friends with Rudy.
Oh yeah, with Peachy.
And Rufa May, so that was probably the first time. Okay, your all-time favorite actor or actress?
Leonardo Dicaprio.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I used to have posters. When New Kids on the Block, one Bob.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so.
Alright.
My questions are deeper. I'm not naman deeper, but more personal. When we were broken up, when did you start thinking about getting back together? Because that was like over a year. So
honestly, initially, probably the first year, I wasn't thinking about it too much.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
I was still just kind of like, hey, I'm single, and not really thinking about it. But when we started randomly running into each other, 2-3 weeks at a time, all the way up until, our friend's wedding. And it was supposed to be our original anniversary. That's when it really started to hit me because, I saw you and realized that I missed you more than I thought I did because I didn't see you.
Yes.
Yes. You've been married for 10 years already.
I know. Okay. Okay.
Here's a funny one. Your most embarrassing moment.
Oh my gosh, my most embarrassing moment? Years ago, there's like a volleyball game in Ultra, and they asked me to sing the national anthem. I forgot it, like in the middle.
Oh no.
That was so embarrassing. See, even now, like when I think about it, I'm like embarrassed. Remember when I watched the championship game? We were broken up, but then I went to watch because my dad asked me to go watch. Yeah. I actually texted you. When we were boyfriend and girlfriend, we had this whole routine. Like before the game, he'd look at me and he'd do this. Yes, and I get in trouble pag hindi ako nakatingin pag nasa phone kasi mamaya pag pangit yung laro niya, parang kasalanan ko pa na hindi ako gano'n. Remember? Yeah. And then my whole family watched, diba? Yeah. They all watched. They wanted. That
was the night that we won it.
And my dad's was, if you don't go, I'm asking you for me, not for Jimmy. So if you don't go, magagalit ako sa'yo or magtatampo ako sa'yo. So how did you feel when you saw me there?
No, I mean it felt like it always did, and I think that's probably why, I did our normal pregame thing to you because you were with me from the beginning. So it just kind of felt natural to do it. You were there. Obviously, it was a big moment for me at that time, being in the finals and trying to win another championship, and obviously my whole connection with your family. And it wouldn't have been right if you weren't there. So I'm glad you listened to your dad. I'll tell him thank you.
My question first. I'm on a roll.
Dang, she's jumping out of order.
Then I'll go back to you. Your career highs, wasn't it always there?
Yeah.
Conceited lang. No, I know talaga because I wasn't really making subaybay his life when we were broken up, but I just know that when we were together, you had your best
That's obvious.
Best player of the game.
I'll make this clear, not me. She used to count how many times I would get best player of the game. As you guys can see, she's still holding out hope that I'll come back to play, but I've been retired for 4 years, so...
Yeah, so I'm waiting for Caitlin.
All-time favorite trip that we've taken? Either you and I, or with the kids? Either one.
I'm on Pulo.
That was
it's
before
like
the babies.
The best, yeah, before the babies. Because we just like relaxed and
that was
it's just so calm, there was nobody there, and it's just well.
Yeah, the goal has to be to bring the kids next time we go there.
Yeah. Yep. Am I an nagger?
Yeah.
I am?
Yeah, sure.
I am? Why?
Because you're my wife and you're the mother of our kids, so you nag a lot, but still love you.
Because I feel like things won't get done if I don't repeat. I don't call it nagging, I call it repeating myself.
Which is nagging. But it doesn't matter, I still love you.
Okay, next.
What's your favorite like personal belonging? Something that you have that you hold like that has like sentimental value to you.
My rings, my engagement ring, and my wedding
That's
ring.
too easy though. Well, you know, mine's my dad's watch. So.
Oh yeah.
So my dad gave me this super nice watch for my 21st birthday, and here I am at 42, and I still have the watch.
What's the most annoying thing that I do that pisses you off?
Probably when you're at your nagging best, where I already tell you that you might tell me something, and I'll say, okay, my love. 3 minutes later, you'll tell me the exact same thing, and I'll say, I just told you my love.
That's not my nagging best. That's my memory gap best.
Well, it comes across to me as nagging, and then you'll wait another 2-3 minutes, and then you'll remind me again, and I'll tell you for the third time that yes, I heard you the first time 6 minutes ago when you told me to do something. But your most memorable moment as an actress?
When I did Pedro Panuco, like the stunts. I mean, I really had fun doing it. I've always been like the boyish type, so I like the action.
And our kids love the movie
And
too,
they love
which is
it.
pretty cool.
And that's the only movie out of all the movies that I've done that my kids have watched. And they ask to watch it again and again. Yun nga lang, Kyona copies it sometimes and they end up trying to do taekwondo with each other.
And you know, the funny part is that when I watch LJ, because she was a very young actress at the time, I see our daughter and her facial expressions and just how she looks. It's kind of scary actually.
It took us a while to have a baby.
Yeah.
So how did you feel like during that time?
For us, I was okay. You know, I mean, obviously we saw the doctors, and doctors were saying that you were fine and that I was fine. But, you know, I think what added to, I guess, the pressure was just, and maybe not the pressure, but more so the frustration was that everybody else was saying, hey, it's been 2 years, it's been 3 years, it's been 3.5 years, how come you guys don't have kids? And we really couldn't give them any other answer other than we haven't had one yet. You know, remember there was a time where everybody was having kids, and it just felt like you and I were the only ones who weren't having one yet. It kind of being out of our control because, you know, obviously we were trying, but it just hadn't happened yet. It wasn't God's plan for us yet. What's your favorite thing to do when I'm not around and you get the kids out of your hair? Your favorite thing to do to relax?
Or quiet time. Actually, work makes me relax. I don't know. Work meaning like
You sure about that?
No, checking emails, answering. That's like what I do. That's why when you come home, you're like, what'd you do? I just work, answer emails. It's just relaxing to me when I can do it quietly.
Not yet, guys.
Not yet.
Almost.
Go, come on.
Go, we're almost done.
Faster.
Okay.
So how do you feel about having kids now?
I absolutely love it. Best job in the world, but also the toughest and most stressful. Having a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old
Guys, Ian.
and a 2-year-old is the best, but again, you know, they stress us both out often. But we love them, so. And they're growing up way too fast. Okay, I got one for you. This isn't on my list.
Oh, yeah.
How'd you feel back in the day when we like started randomly running into each other?
Well, I was praying and asking, okay, God, is this the guy? Because the whole time that we were broken up, I'd always pray for the guy that he prepared specifically for me. That was part of my vows, but it's so true. And I'm like, are you serious? Is it him? Meeting all these people, and I still end up with him.
Oh,
No, because
you could have done worse.
When we were broken up, I'd always see the number 3 connected because Jimmy's jersey number is number 3, and then we'd always see each other. So I was like, okay. And then when we hooked up at the wedding, then I was like, okay, so it's him. Yeah.
When we started randomly running to each other, it was literally, I would tell Harvey and my friends that, hey, if everyone's gonna be here, then let's go to this place because no one will be there and we can just kind of hang out. and then we run into each other. It was God's will, because I mean, you know, again, when we first broke up, I mean, obviously you can never say never, but I mean, I think both of us can agree we didn't think at that time that we would get back together.
Okay, so when we got back together, when did you know that you wanted to marry me?
Right away.
Ah, right away talaga.
Yeah.
Nice, thank you.
No, because honestly, I mean, remember when we broke up, I really didn't think that we would get back together. But I said, man, you know, if there's ever somewhere down the line, in the future that we cross paths, you know, we'll see. And again, I mean, it was God's will, because we kept running into each other, and then obviously running into each other at our friend's wedding on our original anniversary date. I mean, it was just like, okay, I get it. You know, I'm listening. I see what God's trying to do, you know, for me and really for us. And so, yeah, I mean, I pretty much knew right away. What are your top goals for this year?
To be able to make enough money to not only for our family trip, but I also want to bring the staff to like Boracay.
Yeah.
So I'm like praying hard now we make like good sales or even like have more projects so we can take them. Okay, what's the most hurtful thing that I've done to you?
I think there might have been an argument. I don't know the timetable, but I think you were trying to say something like I don't prioritize our kids or you. And this was a few years ago, but that really hurt, because everything that I do is for you guys, and for you to try to throw it back at me and say that I don't prioritize you guys, you know, and no, I'm serious. I mean,
I know.
Every day that I wake up, the priority is, what can I do to make sure that you and the kids are okay? So.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's alright, it was years ago.
No, I know it was years ago, but I'm sorry that I made you feel that way, because it probably, you know my mouth sometimes.
You guys are always the priority, because without you guys, then why do I do what I do? I might as well be by myself.
Sorry for making you feel that way, or sorry if it came out that way.
I appreciate that.
I think I was really, really mad at the time, and then I was just like, you know when I'm mad, but I know it's not an excuse. So I'm sorry, and if you ever feel like I'm ungrateful, that's not the case. I'm grateful for all that.
No, and that's what I mean. I know you know you're grateful and you're appreciative, because you know why I do what I do. Of anybody, I mean, of anybody, you know that you guys are the inspiration behind what I do and everything. I mean, yeah, I mean that's what makes us us. But thank you. You know I love you. So.
I love you too.
Where do you see you and I and our family 10 years from now?
The Philippines. I know we're going back and forth. I love the Philippines, regardless of the madness, but wherever God takes us, whatever, like if He wants us to stay somewhere else, of course, wherever your career leads us also, I always pray, whatever His will is, just, you know, change my heart. If it's not here, then change my heart. Wherever we are 10 years from now. Because I just see us being, you know, still working as a team, still being in love, and still being hands-on parents.
Oh my goodness, 10 years from now, Ian's going to be 17.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't want to fast forward 10 years. And then that means Kaylin is 15. I don't want to fast forward 10 years yet.
yeah.
Then Kaylin's 12. I don't want to fast forward to that.
Okay, well then stop saying it.
It was a good question though. It was a good question.
It is a good question. If there's one thing, I'm not gonna say gift, but if there's one thing that you really want, like you really want to get or want to buy, what is it?
All right, this is just
Because I know
this is
that's
just the
faithful.
selfish me talking. I want to get a new car. Yeah.
Okay, one of our cars na hindi ko ma-let go. Before kids pa, we've had it.
Yeah, we have our family
We're very
car.
practical.
Yeah, we're practical, but
Yeah.
it might be time to get another one. But again, that's just the selfish me talking, because obviously when you have 3 babies, there are a lot of things you have to pay for when it comes to school, and they eat a lot, and they need to go to the doctor, and Kaylin needs a lot of diapers and milk.
We have to set our priorities.
You know,
but
priorities
at
first.
least
But
I know that
again,
one thing, no.
selfishly, in an ideal situation, if there was an opportunity to upgrade one of our cars, that'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, that's it. You know, I don't mean like a Mercedes or a BMW, just
Just a regular.
a nice car. But I mean,
I want a big van.
I don't
Hindi
want
ako
another
tinanong,
van.
diba? I want a van. I want a big
Because
van.
the 2 cars that we have, I actually got for her.
Yeah.
So technically, the 2 cars we have aren't mine. So
Yeah, but we just don't fit.
the next car that we get, I want to be mine and for the family. So.
I promise to bite my tongue more. Try my best not to get irritated right away. And I promise to be the best wife, the best mother, and just to continue to put God, you, and the kids a priority. And again, I'm sorry if I ever made you feel like you weren't appreciated, because we appreciate you a lot. And I love you.
Well, I promise to continue to try to be the best, husband and father, and dad to our kids, and really just try to use each day to show you guys how much I love you guys, and how much you guys inspire me to try to be the best at what I do. Because you guys are that for me in my life, it allows me to try to provide the best life for you guys. Because there's not a day that I don't wake up where you guys aren't the first thought of what I do. So I love you.
You too. Happy Valentine's Day.
That is it for this.
Never before asked questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we're just so busy with life that sometimes we forget to ask about what each other thinks, right?
And and I just want to add this too, because it's been a tough week for me, and I'm sure not just for myself, but really the entire world, with the passing of Kobe Bryant, somebody who I drew a lot of inspiration from. Him being so hands-on with his family, especially in retirement, which is something that I really tried to make a point of, to see his life and his daughter's life and all those who were in that helicopter really just kind of end in an instant. And it's unfortunate that it takes something tragic like that for all of us to kind of stop and just appreciate the life we have and hug the people that we love and to tell them. Again, prayers out to his family and all those who were in the helicopter. But I thought this particular time and these questions were great, because LJ and I have been married going on 10 years and slowly building up our family with our kids we love dearly, who stress us out every single day.
But they also make us happy.
But they also make us the happiest parents in the world. So So again, hey, hug your loved ones. For all the people that you love and care about, don't be afraid to tell them, because you just never know. So thank you guys, and see you guys next time.